Morphemes, examples, definition, and types. Definition of morphemes. As scientists have studied the composition of the universe, they've determined that the smallest unit for measuring an element is the atom. If you think of the periodic table of elements, atoms are what comprise elements, such as hydrogen, carbon, silver, gold, calcium, and so on. Scientists utilize this classification system for uniformity, so that they're on the same page in the terminology of their studies. Similarly, linguists, or those who study language, have devised a category for the smallest unit of grammar, morphemes. Morphemes function as the foundation of language and syntax. Syntax is the arrangement of words and sentences to create meaning. We shouldn't confuse morphemes as only a given word, number of syllables, or only as a prefix or suffix. The term morpheme can apply to a variety of different situations. Let's take a look. Types of morphemes. In linguistics, we would further classify morphemes either as the phonemes, the smallest units of grammar recognizable by sound, or graphemes, the smallest units of written language. For our purposes, we will focus on graphemes. Let's examine the word non-perishable, analyze it, and then discuss terms associated with it. Non-perishable is comprised of three morphemes, non, perish, and able. It actually has 5 syllables though, which is a good example of why morphemes and syllables are not synonymous. Non is an example of a prefix, or a morpheme that precedes a base morpheme. Perish is an example of a base morpheme, as it gives the word its essential meaning. Able is an example of a suffix, or a morpheme that follows a base morpheme. Both non and able are examples of an affix, a morpheme attached prior to or following a base that cannot function independently as a word. A morpheme as a word. When we can take a morpheme independently and use it as a standalone word in a sentence, it is known as a base. As the chart indicated, these can be nouns, verbs, adjectives, conjunctions, prepositions, or determiners. We also classify a morpheme that can function as a standalone word as free. In the sentence, the bird-like man hardly touched his food at dinner. There are a total of 12 morphemes, and 10 of the 12 are free. The article, bird, noun, light, adjective, man, noun, hard, adjective, touch, verb, his, determiner, food, noun, at, preposition, dinner, noun. The other 2 morphemes, at and light, are types of affixes, which brings us to our next topic. A morpheme as an affix. An affix is a bound morpheme, which means that it is exclusively attached to a free morpheme for meaning. Prefixes and suffixes are the most common examples. Common prefixes are re, sub, trans, in, an, ad, dis, con, com. Common suffixes are s, able, ants, itty, less, libation. Derivational morphemes can be either a suffix or a prefix, and they have the ability to transform either the function or the meaning of a word. An example would be adding the suffix less to the noun meaning. The suffix then makes the word the opposite of itself, thus drastically changing meaning. Adding derivational morphemes. Adding a derivational morpheme often changes the grammatical category or part of speech of the root word to which it is added. For example, adding full to the noun beauty changes the word into an adjective, beautiful, while replacing the e with er at the end of the verb merge changes it into a noun, merger. The form of a word that results from adding a derivational morpheme is known as a derived word or a derivative.
Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to our channel. Test your English grammar for more videos regarding English grammar.